Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to today's Power Boost meditation. One aspect in life that is very, very important to develop, maybe to rebuild at this time, is our self-respect. Now, here at the Meditation Center in Manhattan, and actually globally, we have been focusing on that whole aspect of true self-respect for the whole month of January. And we were exploring it at different levels. And that has become a very beneficial practice, a very beneficial exercise. If we want to be authentic, if we want to be real, we would have to connect and use our self-respect in life on a daily basis. Self-respect, when I start to respect myself, we are able to go beyond arrogance and beyond inferiority. So both are sides of the ego. One side is the arrogant side and the other side is the insecure inferiority side. And most of the time, the majority of us, we just oscillate between these two. And so we experience all sorts of fluctuations in our life, in terms of moods, our emotions. One moment we feel good, another moment we don't feel so well. And there are also more different reasons why we have those fluctuations, but self-respect or respect is a key. Now, one thing to ask the self is, what is it that is worth within my own self to respect myself? And typically we would think about, a whole area, a broad spectrum of physical aspects, from my physical look, physical appearance, my possessions, educations, the people I am with in my life. Celebrities, I know. So we typically take our self-respect from our accomplishments, achievements, and so on and so forth in life. However, it can give me a boost. It can boost my self-esteem, but it will not last very long. Because if my self-respect, if my self-esteem is connected with money, with the job I have, the type of education I have, if anything fluctuates, if I lose the job or the position, or in another case, if I don't have these achievements, where do I take my self-respect from? And so that is when we need to realize that at a deeper level, at a more subtle level, the real treasures in life, they actually lie within the self already. So the self is a being of goodness. The self is full of virtues, full of kindness, love, generosity, determination, love, I think I mentioned, peace, respect, sweetness. There are many qualities, if not all of them. They are already within the self. And the self is essentially goodness. That's the beautiful and the powerful news we receive. And if we're willing to accept it and take it into our heart when we explore the spiritual dimension of the self. And as I have already all the goodness within me, you also have it within you. Your friend, your mother, your father, everyone. We don't necessarily experience and express it at any given moment at this point in time. But when we started our journey, it was there. And for different reasons, we have not used it too much. We have forgotten about it. That belief that what I need, what will fulfill me is outside me, is at the physical level. And the more we take from the physical level, through relationships, through, education, through my upbringing, through the friends I have, the possessions, where I travel, and all these things, whatever we do in life, if I try to fulfill myself with any of these, again, it will last only for a short time. And again, there will be desires, there will be a certain discontentment. And we keep searching and we keep running and we keep, taking from the world and become more and more dependent on all these things and on people. And the self actually weakens more and more. So at the spiritual level, now connecting to the self, connecting within, I am connecting to my treasures. And when you look at your talents, when you look at your specialties, when you look at your goodness, I have to be willing to see it. And that is my choice. I have to use my willpower to see it and to acknowledge. And then the self-respect is based on these inner values, these inner qualities. And if I focus, or if I take the self-respect from my innate goodness, then no one and nothing can take that away from me. Money, for example, if I have a lot of money, wonderful. But maybe there will be a time where I don't have it. So how will I feel? So security, feeling safe, feeling secure, has a lot to do with being connected to my inner truth, to my inner goodness. The more I believe it, the more I connect to it, the more I use it, the more I will experience it, and those around me will also experience it. So this inner value, the value of my true self, and then this is what I respect of myself. And of course, over a long period of time, we also have acquired tendencies that are not so healthy. There are weaknesses, there are shortcomings. That is okay. But who am I essentially? A being of goodness. And when I am in that true self-respect, I will have the strength, the courage to also see, to face my shortcomings. And I will use my strengths, my knowledge, my abilities, different abilities I have to overcome my shortcomings. And when there is true self-respect, connecting to the true self of who I am, connecting to my innate goodness, we are able to go beyond arrogance. I am right, it has to be my way, and then I start to control. Or the other side of the coin, where there is inferiority. I am nothing, I am not good, no one loves me, and all these negative thoughts. And so when there is true self-respect, I will realize that even if someone criticizes me, even someone arrogant is arrogant towards me, it's okay. If I'm not in my true self-respect, my ego will react. But if in my true self-respect, this is a very safe, very beautiful, calm and peaceful place to be, because you cannot ever be hurt in that place. And you know that my duty, your duty, our duty, being in our self-respect is to have compassion, to recognize what's going on, and to have compassion instead of anger, instead of being driven by revenge or paying back to like eye for eye, cheek for cheek, this whole thing. So when there is true self-respect, I don't need to battle, I don't need to fight, I don't need to use violence. I know my true value. And there's also the saying that truth reveals itself. So if the more we emerge, connect and emerge that self-respect by reminding the self about our goodness, accepting that deeply from my heart or with my heart, and then respecting it, that is where lies my protection, my safety, and my power. Because no one and nothing can really do anything to me if I don't allow it. And that is connected to my self-respect. So let us now move into a short meditation. So we sit quietly and we take a few moments to reconnect to the self. I consciously let go and put aside all the thoughts about the world around me. Whatever is going on in my mind, I give permission to my mind. I give the direction to stop, to pause. And whatever I need to deal with, I will do so afterwards. So for the next few moments, I want to go within. I want to bring the attention to my inner self, the true self, the inner being, the being of light and might, the being of love, the being of peace, the being of generosity, the being of kindness, sweetness, determination, the being that is full and filled with light. I radiate light through this body into the world. As I am stable in my true self, in my true value, my innate goodness, stable in that awareness that I am a being of goodness. I take a deep breath, I inhale, and let yourself feel, absorb, feel the awareness. Let yourself be touched by that thought, by the awareness that I am a being of light. I accept it from deep within my heart. There might be many thoughts coming. There might be a voice in my head telling me that I am not that being of light, that I am not peaceful. Let those thoughts come, let them be, and let them go. Those are thoughts of darkness. Those are thoughts that want to distract me. But I am stronger. I know who I am. I use my willpower to hold on to an identity of beauty, of inner strength, of benevolence, compassion. And if I can give that to myself, if I can make that a new reality for myself, it will become easy for me to interact with the world outside from this pure place of beauty and power. Instead of getting angry, I will choose compassion. There's no need for me to defend, to be upset, to worry, or be anxious. I have nothing to lose. I have everything. And at the same time, there's no fear to lose anything because I am that being. And I am responsible to remind myself about my innate goodness, my specialties and talents. If I don't, no one can do that for me. The more determination and willpower I use to hold on to the light, no one can take me away from that. I have such deep self-respect that I have more value for who I am than to give in to any form of negativity. It is my deep self-respect to have compassion, to have mercy, to be generous with my pure feelings and good wishes. I don't need approval. I don't need to be acknowledged because I have now learned to give that to myself. You know who you are truly. Om Shanti.